What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I know I've been back and forth on CRO, and back and forth doesn't mean that I'm back and forth on owning it or back and forth on deciding to either sell it all or hold it all, right? The back and forth that I mean was really just to kind of have a conversation with myself on whether we are going to see the major movement within this altcoin season or not, right? And what I plan to do with those coins as we see more of this supply that's implemented. Now in the beginning, before I actually got a lot of the detail, just got the kind of the title of the thing where it's like they're reintroducing the 70 billion coins. Instantly my thought process was like everything's going to collapse. I probably need to get out of it. And you're still going to see major success. It's just now going to take a little bit longer of a time in order to see that rather than just see it, very quickly within the beginning of the altcoin season happening, right? But obviously, as I got more information that's out there and kind of moved away from the panic, I try to not react right away and I move away from the panic. You start to read into a lot of that and you see exactly what it can be. So for my CRO, I have my plan, right? For the amount that I have that I've been holding for a long time at this point, I have my plan. However, I have a certain amount of CRO that I have right now, and I continue to buy every single day. If you don't know, I've been buying CRO for the last 448 days, right? $10 worth of CRO for 448 days straight, right? Consistently. And I wanted to go through exactly where that stands and what my plan is for that going forward, which is always great to be able to see, any type of success that you could have. But then also, it's great to create an exit strategy. It's great to create a plan for that amount, especially if you're consistently buying it. You want to see that average out to be majorly positive, right? If you're doing that with a dividend investment account or portfolio or long-term portfolio or your retirement accounts, whatever, right? You want to see that consistent growth. You want to see that see major success in the end, right? 10, 20, 30 years, whatever. This obviously will have a little bit shorter of a lifespan there for the $10 per day. And then everything else, I'll make my moves on those. I've already explained exactly what I'm going to do there. So before we get started into this, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below for Patreon, for Twitter. Those links are in the description. Now, don't forget about my link for BTCC, which is at the top of the description. This is a platform to where you can trade CRO if you wanted to. You can also trade many other cryptocurrencies, some at a 500x leverage. Now, I'm not saying that you should do a 500x leverage because it's very risky to trade at that level. You should only do that if you know what you're doing, you truly know what you're doing, and you limit a lot of your risks and make sure you're very disciplined with your strategy. So if you need help with all of that, feel free to again to reach out to me on Patreon. But you can develop that all yourself, right? You can trade outright, you can leverage trade, and you can demo trade over on this platform. So feel free to check it out. If you use my link, you'll get a 10% deposit bonus as well as extra bonuses and 40% lower trading fees. So feel free to check out that link down below. Now, Kronos is in a unique spot. If you don't know, again, they were looking to, and not looking to, they have reintroduced 70 billion coins, which I didn't think is even possible once you burn off those coins. I didn't think that a community would vote for that, which I still believe that you have the vast majority that didn't want that to happen no matter what, but they find their ways to be able to get those things approved and passed. But if you look at Kronos' price, it's currently sitting at an 8-cent price, which is definitely lower than where we saw it at the 10, 20, or 10 to 12 to 15 plus cent level. And that's while you had only the 26 billion in circulating supply without the max of 100 billion, right? The max being 30 billion before that was always great because now you had the mindset or in the back of your mind, hey, we could burn more CRO. But that's not necessarily the case. If you burn it, they can just bring it back. 2.2 billion dollar market cap that this is standing at, and $13 million worth of volume in the last 24 hours, which brings the volume to market cap ratio to 0.586%. So definitely not in the popular area when it comes to volume, but we know that CRO doesn't need that much in volume. If we go in the last month, again, we had some of this information. We went from 11 cents all the way down here to a low here of about 7 cents, 7-ish cents, which is great because you can average into it. And for me, every single day I'm buying $10. So here I'm buying $10, here I'm buying $10, here, buying $10, right? So I'm able to, benefit from these areas being down at these low levels, especially if you believe it's going to get a lot higher. So still buying $10 a day. It hasn't gone away. So let's go ahead and check that out, right? So this is where I currently stand for my CRO, and this is all of the CRO that I have in my possession on Coinbase, and this is where I'm buying $10 per day and solely just that. You'll see an unrealized gain. It should be a little bit more, I believe, just because I did buy some other Kronos on here that I transferred over to crypto.com, so it's kind of messing up the return. So I'll go through exactly what that is in my Excel spreadsheet. But currently I have 41,411 CRO in my possession. $3,490.95 is what it's worth. If you look at some of these buys, right, I have a recurring buy every single day. Next is going to be today, which will be $10 that will be purchased. You can see here, yesterday bought $10, day before that bought $10, day before that bought $10, right? It just consistently grows with how much that we have there. So again, I just want to scroll down here just to show you exactly how much I have, but it's taking forever. So again, all of these days that I've been buying $10 per day, not breaking the bank. At least for me, it's not breaking the bank, and it's something that I can afford. Total in the month, it can be anywhere from $280 all the way to $310, depending on how many days we have in the month. But either way, it still has been great. Now, with the 41,000 that I do have, let's go through where this stands and how much I am making. So I'm not making anything. If you did simple math, right, that would tell you that 448 days means that I spent $4,480 on this, and currently the balance is at $3,500. So I'm down about $1,000 on what I invested. Now I do expect to make a lot more because I have 41,000. What was it, 41,500 or something? Hopefully that was the case. Either way, I have 41,000 ish coins, meaning that if this is multiplied by $1, simple, right? I have $41,500 in my possession from a $4,480 mark. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I don't necessarily have a full exit plan to that. I think this is the first amount that I'm taking from. I'm not taking from my Kronos amount or my crypto.com amount, which is about 300,000 coins. I'm taking from this. And I still don't know when it comes to the cards what I'm doing over there, so I might have to go through my entire exit plan. But the baseline of my exit plan is to take a little bit more as time goes on and take majority of it as we get up to here. So I might end up doing that. I might end up doing this exit plan where I take majority of it, or 200,000 of it, half of it, at 55 cents. But then seeing it at a level of 95 cents, closing in on $1, taking another 100,000, and then taking 100,000 at $1.45. We'll see how that all comes to it, because it depends on how fast the altcoin season happens, right? It depends on how fast Kronos ends up running, because if it doesn't end up running fast enough and getting to the levels that we know it can get to at $26 billion coin supply, seeing it to $1, $2, $3 very easily. If it doesn't get to that level very quickly, then we'll have to, look at this exit plan as kind of reality. So I want to know what you guys think. about my buying CRO every single day, buying $10 worth every day. Do you consistently or have any recurring buys that you have in your possession? I feel like if you had, $10 worth of Ethereum, or $20 worth of Ethereum or whatever that actually is, right? You would be able to stack up so much to get to this altcoin season, which would be amazing when the altcoin season does happen and Ethereum is worth $10,000 or more, right? So anyways, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, check out my link for BTCC down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.